For this design, I used Lovee Dovee and applied it to the mat. The reason you're applying it to your mat is you're actually going to be mixing the color to create the different various shades of red. And then I also applied some Ladybug Rouge, which is a super fun red. It's my favorite red that we have, to my mat. I started by applying 2 coats of Ladybug Rouge and Lovee Dovee to my nails, as you can see. I'm just taking 1 dot of Ladybug Rouge and mixing it in to the Lovee Dovee to create a nice soft pink. Doesn't matter what brush you use. You could use a dotting tool, that works. Now I'm taking my medium striping brush. I find this one's the best because it sort of gives me the most control for this particular design. And I'm just gonna make a zigzag along the top of my nail. This is the start of our diamond pattern. Of course, you want to try and make it nice and even along the top. I'm just going to go back over the lines. Don't panic if your lines are a little thick because you will be filling the lower part of those diamonds in anyways. Just trying to make everything nice and straight. Next, I'm going to go and create a line across the bottom so it kind of looks like a little crown when you're all done and once you have it all filled in. You want to make sure when you are making your crown that you do put it quite a bit lower because you are going to want to put the next color on and not have any white space. You want to be able to make sure that your diamonds are big enough to see with the next color as well as still see the pink from the previous color. I'm just going ahead and filling in now. Once I've got that filled, I'll do a complete 45-second cure because I'm using the Deluxe lamp. Now I've sped this up and I'm just going back in and doing a second coat of the pink. I wanted to make sure the color was nice and consistent all throughout that first strip. Doing another full cure. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more red to my light pink that I already have mixed up. And I'm going to start my next layer of diamonds. So this zigzag is opposite of what the zigzag was that you did previously. With this particular design, I find that you just need to be patient and take your time, but also don't overthink it. When you start to get so obsessed with having lines perfect, then you get overwhelmed and don't want to do it. So just kind of run with it. I'm just going to go back in and fill in my crown again. When you're filling in, you want to make sure that you're not using too much polish because it'll start to run as it is a self-settling polish. Once I've filled it in, I will do a 45-second cure. And now I'm just going to speed it up again and go back in and do a second coat on that crown. And of course, another full cure. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit more red because my drop was running out. And we're going to darken that pink color again. I think this design is so fun because it's just 2 polishes, but it looks like you've used so many different colors to create it. Now just going to start my zigzags on my 3rd crown. Working my way down as we make this fade. Finishing with my line underneath, and then I'll go in and fill it all in again. I'm doing a complete cure. I decided to add just a touch more red to that third layer. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a dramatic fade, so I'm mixing that in there. So I'm just taking that little bit darker red and applying it as a second coat here. Once again, of course, I've sped it up. As you can see, it just makes it a little bit more of a dramatic fade. And then, of course, I'm doing a full cure. I'm going to add just a touch more red, and we're going to start on our fourth layer of diamonds. Continuing my diamond pattern. Doing the opposite zigzag as I go. And then drawing my line underneath and going back in and filling this all in. I will do a full cure. And then I'm just repeating my second coat. Just making sure that the color depth is nice and deep and consistent throughout. Doing a full cure again. And lastly, we're just taking the plain Ladybug Rouge without any mixing of white in it to complete the final zigzag. And instead of drawing the line, you're actually just going to continue with the color all the way to the bottom of the nail, making sure that you actually cap the nail as well with the red color. Otherwise, they'll have a nice white line that you don't want to see at the bottom. So as you can see, I'm just capping the end of the nail there with that Ladybug Rouge. Doing a complete cure. This is my second coat of Ladybug Rouge. And doing a full cure. And lastly, to finish it off, I just topped it all with Clearly Frisky. You don't have to put the Clearly Frisky on, but I just find that it gives it a nice shine and a smooth finish. Of course, you want to cap again, because you always want to cap with every layer. Making sure the polish is nice and even. And then doing one last final full cure. And that's my completed geometric diamond fade. And this is how I finished off the full mani. If you like my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.